destroys I think we've seen in Black Ops 4. Optic Gaming took her chance. It all comes down to this control for United to get some momentum back in.
It started as a series, and then it just kind of turned into a firing squad. Like, S&D was just insane, and again, United was undefeated in that game mode, and that is a tough defeat to have to face. And now again, Optic, who's only dropped a single map in the entire tournament, for United to beat them, they got to win 3 in a row.
Yes.
That's not even easy said.
When you say it like that, Chance, it makes it sound almost impossible.
I would say at this point, looking at the Optic roster, like, where's the weakness? I don't understand. Like, it doesn't exist. They're just
and you brought up a great point, right? You look at the stats. I think number 6 coming in is Scump with a sword. The only SMG, yeah. I want to say in the top 10.
Best SOG player by a mile at the moment. Like, Berg's done some dirty stuff. There's maybe some players in the conversation, but at the moment, Scump is back on top, and the teammates he's got around him are also up high. It's ridiculous. But United, again, don't want to count them out yet. They're obviously a terrifying team. They have done some amazing things in this tournament, but they got to turn it around. They got to turn around quick, but they're on the B site. They already got 2 ticks. It's a good start.
I will say, though, traditionally in Call of Duty Esports, that game 3 can very much be the swing game. There's a fair amount of reverse sweeps so far this weekend as well, but as it stands, Optic Gaming with the kill advantage, 27-25, but to United's credit, they do get 2 ticks into the B zone.
Now, of course, Optic Gaming has made the rotation over back towards A. They're predicting United's going to be here, and they are going to be correct. But at the moment for United, it's going to be a 4v3. They have the advantage. Kills are getting traded. That's what they need to do. But a team kill comes in, and they don't find the trade on that one. So Optic Gaming, this is their moment. This is their chance to potentially get in. It looks like they might have to chalk it up. Only 2 players left on the attack.
Now, if you're United here, realistically, you want to send someone off spawn to go towards B. Put the extra pressure, split the map if you can, and that's what I think number 2 is going to do off the rip. That's going to be Clay. It was a little slow to get there. Little slow, but I think he's going to maybe challenge just in time because Optic, they're still sending resources over towards A. Now you have this weird 2-2 split, and it comes down to the gunfight. Optic Gaming have to win on both sides of the map. Clay still desperately scrambling for his life. Has half a tick almost into the 3rd final tick. Scump's going to run right past him. Clay challenges, doesn't even win the gunfight. And now Optic can breathe a big sigh of relief because they defended both zones.
United forced them to fight a war on 2 fronts, but they did better than Germany. We'll see if they can let it ride. They're trying to go everywhere. Players are trying to flank around, but maybe just even throwing away lives. Optic, the teamwork right now is just fantastic so far. But United, they're making the move. They say, we want to go towards B, but they got to get past Army. He's tagging everybody up. He does get dropped, but again, the trades are there. The trades for Optic are always there.
And keep your eye on the time as well. 45 seconds. Needs to see its own capped as Clay picks up the triple, but Karma's on his grab spike hype once again. Not going to be able to pick up the kill or defend, and both zones go. Wonderful split pushing from Eunited, and that was something I talked about very, very in depth when we watched Heretics do it. They did it so well. Eunited do it 2 times in that round. The first time they don't win a gunfight, so Optic survived. The second time, though, I mean, that's just how easy it can be.
And it's crazy how things can work out, because, like, Clay picks up 3, which is the spiral, but because his teammates died before that, they're off spawn before Optic is to already go to the next, and you pick up 3, you know you're getting that hill, and then it turns into a foot race that Optic can't win, and that's control. That is the benefit of the opening break from United at the start, where they got 2 ticks on B, nearly uncontested. And things definitely got, again, so many times on Gridlock, teams on defense seem to stabilize, and then the other team on offense snaps their fingers and it's over.
Now, heading into round 2, a quick glance at the opening strat. Optic Gaming, of course, sending all their resources over towards A. One went mid and lost the gunfight, but a big defensive stance from United so far. Prestini will be traded out. Optic be able to get the first tick into A. It looks good. Dashy's still going to be there. Contest may come in just in the nick of time, but the gunfights have to follow. Dashy wins it. Karma in support. Optic now with a little bit of momentum over towards Zone A.
Looks like one more push, though, coming out from United. They're going to give it what they can. Arceus, though, by himself needs to wait for teammate support because there's so many players that are coming in from Optic Gaming inside this hill. They've gotten to that second tick. They might be able to get more.
And I want to give a ton of love again to Claysy. He was the player that made the initial split push. The problem was he wrapped all the way through B to make sure there was no split push. He wanted to go for some spawn kills. Unfortunately, he will fall, and TJ has snuck behind enemy lines. You see him highlighted on that minimap, number 9. Here's a look at what TJ sees as his teammates clean up the A zone. He can now try and find an initial opening at B.
And this is smart, too. This is an adjustment from previously in the tournament. In the same situation, TJ and Dashy pushed up too far and fell. So now they're playing back. They're waiting for their teammates, and of course, right now, Kill's getting traded. But because the United are stacking up, worried about the flank, TJ knows he can get inside this hill. He has at least a 1v1, and he's going to have the teammate support coming in. But you see the grapple hook's going to make it faster for Prestini. They come in, they clean them up, and Eunited keeping control and now push into Optic space.
Another beautiful stun grenade that comes through. As the kill count 17-14 in favor of Eunited. They have to hold B for 1 minute 46. We've seen Optic in this exact same situation earlier in the tournament. The problem though, they're bleeding kills left, right, and center. Abizi, one shot, has someone to his left-hand side. 2 players in there. Karma will surely clean him up. He will. But Prestini roaming around Optic Gaming's base. Tagged up, that's a teammate. Calm it down, big fella. There's one right in front of you though, and that's definitely not a teammate. Karma will fall. 15-9, the kill lead for United, and they defended this valiantly, but look at Optic Gaming, rotating now through the A site, and when you have a lot of time chance, you can make that play.
Abizi is waiting for it, but he's going to have quite a few players to deal with. He knows one player's cross. He's waiting for more, but unfortunately for him, that player just went pretty fast around the flank. It's going to be Krim, and now you have players for United on the opposite side of the map. This can work out. You can fight and defend the B site from either side, but a lot of players from Optic are coming from the base.
These gunfights in your own spawn are so important. It stops a potential collapse onto the B site. There's only 5 players left for Optic Gaming. United with 11, but it still could theoretically be possible, and this is why, because keep your eye on the hill. TJ's in there. 3 players from Optic Gaming left. Krim trying to shoot from afar. Cap will survive. It's a 2v9, and realistically, you don't have the extra resources to try and clutch up. It just comes down to playing it smart as Dashy hits the flank. 1v7. Stop it. Stop it. Oh. Okay.
1v7 is not going to happen. Not at this level, not to United, not when you need 3 ticks. It's not like that.
That's your day 1, day 2 MVP. Give it a shot. Go on.
United, though,
have a crack at it.
Looking great so far. Something that was very key for them. Clayster is kind of the roaming player on the map. You see a lot of the times he's pushing up the flank, but the best part about when you're flanking, you know no one else on the other team is. That gives your team an assurance of, hey, everybody, just stare forward, take the gunfights up close, and United bought themselves a ton of time when they pushed in the base of Optic Gaming. That was a very solid round, and United, again, working on the reverse sweep. You got a long way to go, but it's a good start, and Prestini really starting to heat up.
And I will say, you know, you kind of talk a little bit about Clay being that roaming player, the intelligence that he's shown so far in the first couple of rounds here, control and gridlock. Fantastic. It's Prestini trying to set up the grab slam play, but the stun comes through. He somehow stays alive. Abizi some good shooting over him, and instead decides to challenge with just the Sorg, and Scump will make him pay. 2 kills in quick succession for him. Tempest still available for Clay to use, and honestly, if I'm United, I use absolutely everything in this round. Invest it all. Close this out 3-0. Do not give Optic Gaming even a glimpse of momentum.
And honestly, there's a very good chance they just straight up get this zone A. What can you do to get past the gravity spike? It's going to be incredibly difficult. They're going to need some stuns. I don't know if they have them. And of course, the stuns are coming in, slowing Optic Gaming down. 2 ticks in. They're halfway to completing the 3rd, and Optic's going to count. He's waiting for the gravity spike, but he didn't get it quite in time, though. It's going to be contest heavy. Looking for the gunfight. Scump able to find 1. Karma able to find 1. Scump's going to be able to get 2, and the Tempest comes in. But still, 2 ticks on board, and now United sprinting towards B.
Yeah, you have to rotate here if you're up to gaming. Dashy still with maybe 1 shot if he's quick with the Tempest. Could be 2 or maybe even a chain, but 4, 5 go down. I keep your eye on number 2. Clay instantly go for the split push.
Optic have to go to A. So you're not going to get B. It's going to be too tough. You need to be able to protect A because Glacier's already there. Again, Prestini's able to find 2.
No one with
They're
A.
spreading themselves thin, and now B's going to get capped. A's going to get capped. Optic Gaming, I don't know if they can get into protect
player.
one. Have B there. Oh, but Abizi wins the gunfight. Now they're trying to come back into the Tempest, and they're going to get shut down. Clay looking for more. He's getting him down. He's down 1. And Clay just fall down, but Karma not in time. United with a dominating round and game of control.
And it's that man again. Clay off spawn, making the correct decision. Do not underestimate whatsoever the smarts from Clay in this game 3. He put so much pressure on Optic Gaming, forcing them to think, forcing them to consistently off spawn, be saying, which hill do we need to go to? A and B, both defensively and offensively. A wonderful game 3 for me, United, and chance maybe now we do have a series on our hands.
And that is such a massive round for so many reasons, because if you start using some of that utility and then you end up losing that round, and then Optic Gaming, who are down, start to earn all of theirs, and that makes that next round tougher. Then you go to that final overtime round, and it's anyone's ball game. So Eunited, fantastic control. Their offense strategy, I think, is about as good as it gets.
Well, here's a quick look at our Scuff Gaming play of the game, and realistically, you could rewind this 10 seconds prior, and it's just the intelligence again from Clay to recognize the time to split push. You called it out perfectly as well. You cannot push B if you're Optic gaming. You have to try and fly to A, simply because of the amount of players capping the hill means it's going to cap a little bit quicker.
I definitely agree with that, like 90%, but still Optic has done in the past where
True.
They make a play that doesn't seem like it's necessarily the smartest, and then they run the team over, and then they just dominate with the win. But the man on your screen right there, Bristini, you talk about a man that had the hot hand that game, leading the lobby in slang. We talked about how good Scump has been with the SOG. Bristini genuinely isn't very far behind. His damage numbers are better. The KD not so much. Admittedly, no, Scump uses the TAC 5. It's a whole other thing, but the man has played like a beast in that control.
He most definitely has, and you saw the aggression he was able to put in Optic Gaming's base there. He went on a 5-6 kill streak, really valuing his life very well. And in terms of the control, the exact type of a result you need if you're an Eunited fan. Convincing, dominating fashion over quickly heading into that game 4, where you can realistically say to yourselves, you probably should have won game 1.
I don't know about probably. There probably is a bold statement. There's no probablys with how close that game was, but the thing is,
True.
Optic Gaming has now dropped their first respawn. They dropped their first control. They're still undefeated in hard points. So United, they've done something incredibly impressive. They got to keep it going. But if they force that game number 5, it's still going to be incredibly difficult then. But
now we have a great series.
Again, you got Jake Cap on the team. You got Clayster on your team. Abiz, you can see 3 seconds into the future. Like, there's always hope.
Of course, Clay and Cap, Call of Duty World Champions back in Advanced Warfare. Very solid duo. It's great to see them back on the same team once again. And you talk about World Champions. Well, there's a guy who is no stranger to rings. 3-time Call of Duty World Champion, Optic Karma, who, again, in terms of Sunday, it's almost like a bit of a meme, if you will. Just get the guy to Sunday and he'll carry you through. And in terms of his decision-making, everything we've seen so far has been spot on. But heading into that game 4, where are we heading to, Chance? Is it a Hacienda?
I believe it's Hacienda, yes.
Ooh, okay. That was a map, if you remember, when we did Optic Splice. Splice played them extremely close. And it is worth mentioning, Optic's hardpoints, they've been clutching. They've shown us that clutch factor, but a couple of them have gone nail-biting down to the wire.
For Splice, was that the 250-238 game?
Yes.
12-point game, and again, yes, undefeated in respawn, that is fantastic to have in your back pocket, but you're exactly right. There have been quite a few close games, not just against Splice. I think even like the Pittsburgh Knights are coming up close as well, so Optic Gaming, obviously fantastic, but there are some very small weaknesses, some potential things that United might be able to exploit. And keep in mind, United against 100 Thieves, over the 2 hard points they played, they kept them to like 170 total points. Like, they averaged a 100-point club against a team that everyone was expecting to just be dominant. So that hard point does exist for United. The latter half of what we saw in map 1 does exist for United.
You just got to bring it right at the beginning. You cannot give up to gaming. That big of an advantage is game number 4. Hardpoint Hacienda underway. Optic with the 2-1 lead. I'm going to kick things off on board with Clay. A fantastic game 3. Not going to find early success, though, here in game 4.
Clay trying to mix things up a little bit, going with the Maddox without the sights. Stock treated as a sub, essentially, that if you find a long-range gunfight, you'll be prepared for. But Optic Gaming says, we don't need any of those strategy. We're just going to run you over in kills. They get that early control. And look what United's doing, actually. They are stacking the bottom right side of the map. They are preparing for that rotation for Optic Gaming to come in. But, of course, I have to say that, Optic Gaming spawned in the back.
Yes, and I believe there's actually going to be a restart here to game 4. Player with a technical difficulty, so we'll pull out of that and we'll get that restarted once again as soon as possible. And in terms of the series as a whole, once again, just to recap, if you are just tuning in, first of all, where have you been? Amazing series so far. Optic with the 2-1 advantage as we go over to that game 4, Hacienda hardpoint. How many times have we seen Clay start a reverse sweep and potentially finish it? A fair amount of times in his career, but going up against this Optic Gaming team, definitely not going to be easy. But to our point, some of the hard points we've seen Optic play this event have been very nail-bitingly close.
And then something that's kind of running through in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, United, if they force this to be a competitive series, you go with the tagline of, like, this could be your grand finals matchup, which is absolutely true. But at the same time, Splice is just sitting there, they're watching it, they're waiting. And as good as they looked on Friday and Saturday, I think they even look better today, like as a team. So Spice is just like the quiet killer team right now, which I guess Jared kind of always is that guy. So it's going to be interesting. Like, I genuinely could not tell you what that Grand Finals matchup's going to be. I know Red Reserve in the past, I don't know what's going on for them right now, but they've made some massive losers bracket run, and we were expecting them to be one of those top dominant teams. So you got to keep in mind, there's a whole losers bracket going on as well. Just watching these matches, they're killers.
The losers bracket, an absolute shark tank. I believe 100 Thieves fell earlier on to LG. Red still alive. Envy also still cruising through that losers bracket. A couple of European teams down there now as well. Team Sween, of course, they fell in the first winner's semi. They're ready and waiting to play their game a little bit later on in the day. But as for this one, to reiterate the importance, the winner of this series guarantees himself top 4 here at this event, and also that spot at the Pro League later on in the year. A lot of pressure for some of these young players. Abizi, Dashi, formerly, I believe, neither finished in the top 8 in their careers. And already you've done a little bit better than that.
You talk about the pickup of Ibizi as well. It's actually kind of insane. He was the man in World War II that was taking multiple accounts and just grinding rank. Like, he was the ultimate grinder in World War II, bar none. I don't know how many people could compete with him. So he's done some insane stuff. He has earned his spot. But you want to talk about earning spots on the leaderboard. RCD's again, that hardpoint KD, bar none. He is in the conversation with the absolute best of them.
And bear in mind, 3 more maps played than Dashi as well.
And I also want to point out, the damage right now for RCD is, when you look at it in comparison to Dashi, it obviously seems pretty low. But then you want to talk about 2 different players, Persini versus Scump. Persini's damage numbers look better, but Scump's KD looks better. It's the opposite thing here, where RCD's KD looks better, but Dashi's doing more damage. And that's always the dynamic within these teams. Of course, now you got 3 other players on the map that are doing a lot of stuff, but I don't want to look at that and just say, oh, like, the KD is nice, but he's not doing as much damage. That doesn't tell you the whole story. It's about how the team of Eunited is playing. And keep in mind, Arceus, he's the ICR guy, right? Like, how many ICRs do you see with numbers like that? He's sitting on a throne by himself. And, of course, the same thing could be said for Scump. So, absolutely, 2 juggernaut teams. Again, both of these in terms of series are still undefeated. But someone has to fall.
Yes, they most definitely do. And, again, falling into that loser's bracket, not a pretty place at all. A ton of just top quality teams down in that losers bracket. It's going to make the losers bracket semis and finals very, very interesting. But I believe Hardpoint and Hacienda once again loading up. Optic Gaming with the 2-1 advantage in the series. United a comfortable game 3 win, it must be said. Is that going to give them the confidence now to propel to win game 4 and take us the distance to that game 5 surge?
And then thinking about what it takes to win on a map like Hacienda, in my mind, it just jumps straight to specialist usage. Like what we saw on the seaside, it was at the end for Eunited. The Tempest was fantastic. The War Machine was fantastic. But then at the end, it was not really having a trophy that kind of hurt you. And you have
the irony of that.
You have to be constantly on point with the trophies. The guy in your team that's running Engineer has to constantly be on point of keeping up with when that guy's going to earn the War Machine. There's so much that goes into it, but the opening break is important, and Eunited with that early control.
A much better opening break, of course, than in the initial game, as another kill comes through for JCap now. Keep your eyes, yes, it's early in the hardpoint, still 40 seconds, but on number 4 on the minimap, it's going to be Prestini. Doesn't want to push too far up fences. He's kind of covering that mid-cut, if you will, but he doesn't want to allow Optic Gaming to spawn behind him, or more importantly, get behind him. JCap with a spawn over towards Garage is going to give Prestini the information that he doesn't really have to worry about it too much. He can focus on the hill, finds the pick, a great initial here from Eunited, 28-6. Well, that 20 seconds should be contested here for Optic Gaming.
Now Optic Gaming, they're going to be fighting it in from the water, the top side of the map, and we've seen it before. I think Spice has actually done it. If you get control of Lambo early, you can hold the hill from either side. You can just have dominating performances inside, and of course, no one's going to have anything to break but JCap on the pinch. He knows if they can hold it from the front, he needs to be coming from the back. So Optic Gaming, there's 2 important gunfights right here over by this rock. JCap trying to sneak through, comes up over top, and all of a sudden 3 down in their favor. JCap gonna find the 4th as well. The break should be there. It's Scump by himself, and he knows he has to leave that hill.
They still don't have the hill, and Optic Gaming, honestly, they may be able to just kind of survive a little bit from the United push. RC's finally pushes up. Bear in mind, that's a great start from him at 7-1. But here comes a flank of the flank, if you will. It's Krim behind enemy lines with a double. RC's will fall. No streaks earned for him. And now it comes down to fighting from the favorable side of this hill. J-Camp finds one, but the trades back and forth, giving us a highly, highly contested hardpoint.
It was a three-man flood coming through the small door. They're able to get in, and it looks like Optic Gaming able to break through. And again, for the situation they got dealt at the start, they are going to be very happy with those results. But of course, someone's fighting for scrap. That was going to be Clay. He is going to fall. So 10-second scrap to Optic Gaming. Eunited, though, early rotation.
And just to recap your point, it shows the importance of getting control of Lambo as well. Not just necessarily the spawn. You need numbers in the hill because you can defend it from both sides. As now we go over towards fences. United with a little bit of control early, but once again, Optic Gaming looking to try and break in. A couple of kills in quick succession for Eunited. We'll see in terms of the race to the specialists, nothing really standing out to me so far.
And United knows that the pressure is going to be coming in from mid just based on where they're spawning, not quite in the back on the other side. And now you kind of have a 50-50, kind of a split spawn, if you will, where Optic Gaming has managed to get towards the back, but it's still that foot race. It's going to be a little bit
onto the hill, and with 18 seconds left, United still going to have this contested. Our eyes on him, but it's this fight, the rotation fight, which is going to be also important. Abizi and Arstes will win it. Hardpoint once again contested.
Abizi trying to lead that charge. He's got quite a few teammates near him. He even has the concussion, but he wants to do it with his gun. Able to find one. His teammates find two. And Optic Gaming, for the moment, they're all just coming in from the front. And now you see Crimsix and Scump. They're going to be waiting because they got a player potentially going for the full pinch around. And you see the War Machine's going to come in as well. And I don't know if they have a trophy. You might find a couple kills here. The Karma tries to get in. He's going to fall. Very good hold right now for United.
Beautiful, and that's the benefit when you have Arstes at double positive 13 and 6 before he fell there. Earns the War Machine very, very quickly, and that's given United a ton of free time at the beginning of this hill, and they still have control. The kill's still coming in for United. Optic need a break, but they're just not winning the gunfights.
That was a super early War Machine he's got. You see TJ is only halfway to his, and now the hold is perfect. And you got Abizi with score streaks. You got Abizi with TAC 5. You got Pristini with the gravity spike, and Clacer oh so close to that Tempest as well. And that's all on top of having a 60-point lead.
Grab slam earned as well. United in the driving seat here, but that was very much the case in game one for Optic Gaming, and we saw what happened there. Optic, a team that can definitely make that comeback. We're going to see the drone squad invested as Beezy not able to clean up Scump. Finally does clean up the kill as we go into our second rotation. Still so much utility for Abizi, the Lightning, the Hellstorm. The drone squad should really assist him in picking up a fair amount of time for Cini, fighting from the favorable side as we rotate over towards P2. He's going to find himself a double, will fall, but again, it's J-Cap, one of the players that you just can't measure those types of plays. It doesn't show on a scoreboard. He wrapped all the way around, and now look at the effect it's had for Eunited. Both Prestini and Abizi spawning in, and now they may have control of Garage as well. This is a huge gunfight, and I believe it's Dashy that wins it.
And of course, you got to keep in mind, they still have score streaks if they need to go for some sort of crazy break. They still have all the specialists, and Optic Gaming is just now starting to creep up on theirs. It's Dashy with the Tempest, so that's pretty much it. TJ still a couple of kills away, so Eunited fighting for that strap, don't get it. Optic, they have the early rotation, but what do you invest?
United's break here, if they want to go for it, is going to come from Prestini and the Grab Slam. It has to. You can play for the spawns if you want, but Optic is still so good at defending the hill. This is the first fight. Alma will lose it, and now we'll see potential investment. I mean, if they win the gunfights, you don't have to invest anything at all. There's still 40 seconds left. The stun comes through, and Prestini not going to be able to touch the hill. Optic still controlling and defending from the front and the back. Instead, it's Clay that invests the Tempest, but that's a hard shot to hit. Doesn't matter. It's Clay, and there's Prestini with a Grab Slam. United do break from the favorable side. Still the Tempest at play. Clay finds one. Clay finds two. Clay finds three. There's one more left in the hill. Clay looking to get four down, but Scum shuts him down. Arstes with the trade. 17 seconds still left in the hill. hill. And Eunited holding on here in Garage.
And Dashi found two. That's contest. That's all the specialists burning. They didn't really get too much off of it. Optic even able to get that scrap. So now if you look at the flip side, TJ, War Machine, Dashi, Tempest, Crim creeping up on that vision pulse. So now it's kind of a flip situation. Optic Gaming not in a bad spot at all despite being down 30 points.
But the important thing to remember, Ebizi's still with one streak. So if all of those specialists are invested at the same time on fences, then all of a sudden you could see Ebizi just drop that streak from above. Dashi on your screen finds one. Not going to be able to invest the Tempest. Hardpoint still contested. Eunited now with about a 40-point lead. Optic trying to break through. Karma a pick away from Grab Slam of his own. He's done well to stay alive in the pinch now on the hill. Karma shooting from behind, earns himself the Grab Slam. Optic with a clean break.
And that's a clean 4 down. And Ebizi, though, he wants to kind of bounce back, but he gets 2 and he's able to get him out for a couple seconds. But now you got to win all these gunfights. He can even get past Karma. He's going to do it with the Maddox. He does get shut down, but now it's still Eunited. They're going to come back from the surge. So maybe a solid investment. They use the lightning strike to get in for 15 seconds, but now they don't have that for next. But still, the rotation is there. JCap is already set up. You got players everywhere just trying to keep Optic at bay.
Simply because the fact that TJ and Dashi haven't used their specialists, I don't agree with that lightning strike. Yes, you were able to break in and you fought for the scrap, but when Optic Gaming used those specialists, they will come back into the game. They will earn the points needed to reduce that deficit.
I just want to point out as well, TJ yet to call the War Machine. RCs is already on his second 24 kills. He is having a phenomenal performance.
Bam!
Karma able to get 2, breaking through the hill. Eunited getting pushed back. You got a player going on the flank. The question is, does Optic recognize it? While these 4 players are United are flooding in from the front.
Karma with another. Now you're going to see RC's invest yet another War Machine. He finds one, heals. Ebizi there to support. And they try and break the hill, though. Still 25 seconds left. Crim, that's a fish to your right-hand side. He snips him out. Ebizi will fall 4 down for United. And all of a sudden, Optic Gaming looking to try and get back into the lead here on Hardpoint Hacienda. There will be a lead change. And Ebizi with no more streaks to use.
And Optic has dealt with everything. The streaks, the 4 or 5 specialists getting used, and they have now been able to take the lead. And look at how much they're sitting on. And they can chain this. They can use the Vision Pulse with the Tempest or the War Machine. Burn it all at once. Do it whenever you want. They probably should save it for Lambos, not on this open hill. But again, they have so much at their disposal now. Eunited, it's going to be a tough thing to fight from, but Pristini's going to get 3. The start of the fight starts now.
But the hill time here means absolutely nothing. All that matters here is spawns and when we will see the investment from Optic Gaming in their specialists. It's going to be so crucial, as actually it's going to be Crim spawning good for new. Hardpoint in Optic Gaming control. The 10-second lead United have means absolutely nothing. Dashi on a 4 streak looking for more. They have United exactly where they want them, spawning out, but United flying straight through the middle of the map. Clay spawns fences. This could be huge on this rotation.
Gotta win these gunfights. TJ, though, with the hit fire, chops down Pristini. And Optic, they're trying to keep that back pressure. Clayster gets found out. Optic, again, all they've done on this hill is not get spawns, but just hold Lambo. Now they're coming from a spot. Well, if Karma wins this gunfight, they're gonna have the spawns too. United, they got their work cut out for them. Keep in mind, no streaks. They got nothing to go for this break.
Clay needs to find a ton of kills, and he needs to find them quickly if he's gonna be able to respond to Dashi's Tempest. The lead now down to 1 point. Another lead change. Dashi invests the Tempest. What damage can he do? There's a fight going on the other side as he connects with Clay. It's Ebizi at the back that was trying to push TJ. TJ wins it. 37 seconds. Optic can't win it here, but they can once again try for this game out of reach as Dashi with yet another pick. Looking for more. 2 more plays from United, pushing towards the garage door side. The contest comes through. Dashi misses the shots, but it doesn't matter. Teammates in support.
And now do you push? Do you rotate? It looks like some players are rotating, but they spawn in the back, so now you might have to push, or do you go? It looks like 2 players might go towards the hill. The rest are going to go for the rotate, but now they're just going to be feeding streaks. The lightning strike for Scump. He's staying alive. He's 5 points off. He's going to get the Hellstorm for sitting in the hill. The OBJ work coming out from Scump, and now you use the streaks. You break the hill. You win the game step by step. That's the story that Optic Gaming needs to do, but United, they're in, but they're open.
It sounds easy on paper, but United almost made a miracle play in game 1, but that's a Hellstorm missile from Scump. It doesn't connect. Doesn't find much. At least, though, it will give Optic Gaming Gaming a little bit of control to try break the hill.
But look at this spawn. Optic Gaming, they surrounded him, so United's going to spawn so far out, and now Optic can surge on in. It's one player for United that's nearby. They're trying to go for the flank, but Optic Gaming are just 10 seconds away from winning this game, and United, they got to go.
They have to push. JCap was close. JCap will fall. Optic need 4. Prestini flies in the hill. Prestini will fall. The War Machine comes out. 1 more second, and that is GG Optic Gaming. Welcome to this year's Pro League, and welcome to this event's Winners Bracket Final.